Okay, hi there, traders, and welcome to Trade the Structure. Now, I've got another live recording of a live trade on the Nikkei, and I was a little bit late to hit the button to record it. So you've seen sort of the later stages. Look, it's only been going for about a minute or two anyway. So you'll see the later stages. What you'll see on the screen just there is the partial exit. So bought five. And you can see the price there. It's in purple there, 26,801 was the buy price, just as the market started to pop up by high or low. And I've just taken some partial exits as I go, as it was starting to head up. And at the moment, I'm just trying to run the last one and just look. I just want to see how far it would go. I've got to stop in there. You'll see it in red. It's at 26,847. So I'm already locking in a few gains on that last trade. And the idea now is just to see how hard it can run, where it's potentially going to run out of steam. I don't really want to sit on something when it's coming into a resistance zone, which you'll see. I'll just mark up in a minute. Coming into a resistance zone, I don't want to be holding it for too long because I could easily reverse. Okay, if it's going to blast through that resistance zone, you're probably going to see this move up is going to take it up and through. Okay, and then it's may pull back to retest it. But if it goes straight up into the zone and starts to pause, I've got to think twice about whether it wants to keep going or what it's going to do. So you'll see, I think on that last trade, I get it out at around 26.9, 16, 15, 14, something like that. So it's just over 100 points. So either way, I'm willing to defend that 100-point gain, okay, pretty much at any cost. So we'll see how that goes. Don't know what I'm showing there, but you'll see how, yeah, the market kicks on from here. I think it trades just above and starts to, flush around and fluff around. It gets up to, I had a limit order in there at 950, 26,950. I thought, look, if it does keep to spike through, I'm going to get that. I'll be out at about 100. I think that makes it 149 points in the last trade. But as it played out, it pretty much stalled, I think, at around that 930 to 40 area. It just could not trade into my limit order, my final limit order. So I ended up taking out as it had the first sort of pullback. So yeah, all in all, it was a really good day. It was a great start to the session. And what I'll do now is we'll just show the end of the trade, and then I'll show you through, talk through the reasoning behind the trade. Okay, back, and it's about here that I take off the last one. There you go, just closed it out. So you can see the trade's now closed out. I think it was around that 9, 14, 15, 16 area, and I'm just cancelling the orders. So for me, that trade's done. I think it actually does kick a little bit higher after a pullback, but all in all, it's into a resistance area. I just wanted a chunk of that move, and as it turned out, when you get a gift given to you so fast, you take it. Okay, so there you go, results on the board there. So all done. Now what I'll do is go ahead and I'll just explain to you through the trade and the reasoning behind it. Okay, quick explanation of the trade, the reason behind it. So as we said, it's got the Nikkei, the 1 minute chart is on the screen. So I utilize the 1 minute chart. I also look a lot at the 5 minute chart, and I've got my levels from the 30 to 5 and so on, a bit higher. Any major levels are going to mark out. So if I'm in between the ranges, I know where it could be heading. If it's going from one level to another, I sort of know what to aim for. Okay, so this is the 1 minute chart. What I also got is the two MACDs. So I've got a MACD set at 20, 50, and 10. And that's based on the current chart, which is the 1 minute chart here. And then I've got the one below it to mirror what's happening on the MACD for the 5 minute chart. So I don't have to keep flicking back and forward when I'm trading. All right. And I like to use the 10, the 20, and the 100 EMAs. All right. So I'm only looking to see what happens. I want to try to trade with momentum, okay? And I want to trade in an expansionary phase. So what I'm talking about expansion, when you've got this pullback, you look at expansion when it's going with the trend, okay? When it's starting to go back up again or when it's expanding down. So I'm trying to take advantage of that expansionary phase with momentum. And you'll see what I love to see, which is a prime setup. This was in the morning. We're coming off a support zone I've marked up. You're coming off potentially, the chances are we're going to a resistance zone up there, and you'll see the actual price action from previously. You can see it's sloping down. It kept getting bought up on that support zone, and then really what I'm looking for is, okay, if that starts to hold up, I want to see if it can go from bid to offer, from a bid zone to an offer zone. All right, and what you can see is the two MACDs, both of them, the shorter term for the 1 minute and the 5 minute, were both starting to go higher, okay, from sort of that oversold territory. Right, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's a prime entry. Sometimes you can get when one's up and one's down, and it makes it hard to trade. You're probably trading in contraction when the market starts to chop around, and it's a lot harder when they're both lined up, and you can see the expansionary phase coming out. That's what you like. I ideally like to trade in. Okay, you can see that played out beautifully. Okay, started to kick up. We've got that move up, and you look at it on the 5 minute chart. Here's the 5 minute first candle up. So it opens at 9:45 Sydney time. First candle up, next candle was red, next candle up. So they're prime, prime bouncing off the EMAs. EMAs there. We're bouncing off the EMAs on the 1 minute chart also. So everything lined up. Entry was purple. Exits were on the way up into this zone here. And you can see it traded, got a bit higher, could have got a better fill, but realistically, I didn't really want to sit through this. I just was happy to take my fill when it was up over 100 points and take it and run. And you can see it's actually come screaming straight back down again. So realistically, this could have been a nice little trade. Started to roll over on the 5 and rolling over in the MACD on the 1 already. Got a nice little pullback below the MAs. That's where I'll be trying to trade short off that double top also. So that was it. That's the explanation. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. We'll speak to you again soon.